Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So I will be talking about Strings of the Heart. This is a book review, and this is the third book from the Runaway Train series written by Katie Ashley. I will be providing information from Goodreads.com, and then we're just going to go from there. So this is rated 4.20, 4.20 out of 5 stars. 20-year-old Allison Slater has been in love with her brother's bandmate, Reese McGowan, since she was 15 years old, but to him, she'll always be Jake's little sister and off limits. Now, a college sophomore and licking her wounds from a bad breakup, she sets her sights on making Reese see her as someone he could date, maybe even love. Her opportunity comes when Reese visits his parents in Savannah, where she is attending college. But the night she's dreamed of turns to heartbreak as she realizes she'll never be the one for Reese. For Reese McGowan, his nightmare began when he woke up naked and hung over next to his bandmate's little sister. Unable to remember a thing from the previous night, he only makes matters worse by lying to Allison about not being interested in her. The truth is, he spent the last year to ignore his body's reaction whenever Allison is around. His resolve is tested when Allison comes on tour with Runaway Train as both Jake and Abby's nanny and to fulfill her fashion design internship. The more time he spends with her in the close quarters of the bus, the harder it is for him to resist. Will Reese realize that having a relationship with Allison is worth fighting for, even if it means that he has to fight his best friend for a chance? So this was published back in May 12, 2014. Genres would be romance, new adult, music, contemporary romance. I would say also contemporary. Okay. I wasn't really very excited to pick this book. To read this book. Out of everybody in the band, Reese was really like more of an introverted type of person. And so I just wasn't interested in his story. Allison had Allison was interesting, but in the previous books, she really was a teenager. So, in this kind of theme, especially from the second book, it was just kind of one of those, she's a teenager, my head wasn't really wrapping my head around anything that would be heavy set kind of romance. I was surprised on Katie Ashley is just a talented writer. It opened my eyes on Reese's character and personality and Allison's character and personality, and this essentially is like a first book in a series, because in the other two books you don't really see or hear a lot about Reese or Allison together or apart, and you don't see a lot of their personality. So because of that, there wasn't really a lot of expectations, and I think because there wasn't a lot of expectations from these two characters, it was, I think, a lot more interesting to read. So I enjoyed it a lot. There really were a lot of moments that I was really frustrated, especially on Reese's character. I'm like, dude, man up. You know what I mean? I enjoyed this book. I really don't want to do any spoilers, and because the info on Goodreads.com it's long, but it's a lot of fluff, I think. There's not a lot of details in there, and I think because they don't want, it's written really well, I think, to me, because there's no spoilers in there. So I love that part. And I think I'll just follow on that theme and cut this short and sweet. I will give this a 8 out of 10 stars. I give this a 2 thumbs up. I recommend this book. I would recommend, obviously, I've done this before, to please get the first 2 books and read those. I just kind of feel like there would be spoilers if you read this first and you don't read the first book and the second book as well, especially the first book. It's just the first book was one of those, whoa, it really was kind of gripping for me. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching my video. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and the bell so you are notified every single time I do upload a new video. I do also have 2 other channels. Please do check that out as well. Subscribe and watch my videos there as well. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, please leave them down below. I love hearing from you guys all the time.